Hi there, future investors. Welcome to the channel. Every investor wants great returns. Some get it through luck. Some get it through time in the market. Some get it through competence. And most never get it at all, in spite of having most of the above. Today, I will share with you my method to double your money in just 3 years, plus a secret formula, so be sure to watch until the end. First things first. This is not financial advice, just for entertainment and education purposes. Always make your own decisions. The stock market is a collection of markets and exchanges where stocks and other securities are bought and sold. There are some important indices that track the performance of a selected group of stocks, providing a snapshot of market performance. These are 3 of the most important U.S. indices. The S&P 500, or Standard & Poor's 500, tracks 500 of the largest publicly traded companies in the U.S. The NASDAQ composite focuses on over 3,000 technology and biotech companies, and the Dow Jones Industrial Average that tracks the 30 largest publicly owned companies based in the U.S. The best benchmark for you to compare your performance against the market is the S&P 500. This would give you a good gauge of how you are doing with your portfolio. This is very important for the secret formula that I will be giving to you later on. So, what's the performance of the S&P 500 since its inception in 1926? Approximately 10 to 11%, including both capital gains and dividends reinvested. But adjusted for inflation, the real return is around 7 to 8%. So inflation does eat a good part of our profits, doesn't it? What about this century? Has the S&P maintained its overall 11%? Well, since the year 2000 until today, the average annual return of the S&P 500 was 6 to 7% on a nominal basis, so quite below the overall 11% since its inception. But anyway, if we want to beat the market, let's take the overall 11% as a reference. In short, we need to have at least a nominal 12% annual return average. Now, 12% doesn't sound like much, but realistically, as an average, this is quite difficult to reach because the market has ups and downs. And sometimes there are crashes that impact every stock in a given year quite significantly, no matter how good the companies may be. For example, just in the 21st century, we had several black swan events that had a major impacts on the market. Let's take a look at some of them. Since 2000, these 5 moments had a major influence on the returns of every portfolio, ETF or index. First, the dot-com bubble burst from 2000 to 2002. Tech companies were devastated during this period. Second, the 9/11 attacks in 2001. The terrorist attacks on the World Trade Center and the Pentagon led to a major disruption in financial markets. The NYSE was closed for 4 trading days, and the Dow fell over 600 points, its largest single-day point loss at the time. 8 years later, the 2008 Great Financial Crisis. This global financial crisis caused another sharp decline, with the S&P 500 losing about 37% in 2008 alone. The fourth black swan event was a plague, the COVID-19 pandemic in 2020. The pandemic initially caused a sharp drop in the market, but this was followed by a rapid recovery and new all-time highs a few months later. Lastly, the recent macroeconomic volatility from 2022 to 2023. During this period, supply chain problems from the pandemic, the advent of wars and instability worldwide, and the rise of interest rates and other difficult economic conditions led to a major fall from all major indices. Again, tech companies were particularly affected, mainly in the second half of 2022, and lost in some cases over 80% of its market share. It felt like the tech world was being attacked by aliens, very, very nasty aliens. Or are they actually our good friends? Let's find out. You see, apparently in the stock market, what goes down must come up. The name of this channel is Back to the Future Investing. My mission here is to help you become a future investor, but also to understand the past in order to predict that future. Looking back, in the end, it never mattered how deep the market fell because it always got back up to new all-time highs afterwards. Think about it. If you could travel back in time to invest, you would probably have only bought stocks in black swan events, right? It's a very weird concept, but once you embrace it, you will only be happy when the market is trending down, when your favorite stocks are selling off, when market sentiment is terrible but your company's fundamentals remain strong. As long as you have your income stream stable in order to be able to invest, you wish for fire sales every day. So, let's recap. We now know that to beat the market, we need an average annual return of 12% or more. We also know that the market works in cycles and always went up with time. The bigger the fall, the higher it got. If so, as long as you are invested in the market, you learn to be patient. You have capital to deploy on a frequent basis, and you make good stock picks. One could say it seems impossible to lose money in the stock market. So, what you really want to know now is how can you double your money in just 3 years? Well, the rule of 72 gives us the answer. All you have to do is divide 72 by your annual rate of return. If you look for an 8% annual return, 72 divided by 8 equals 9. It would take you 9 years to double your money. With 12%, it would take you 6 years. With 20%, 3.6 years? And with a 24% annual return, you would double your money in just 3 years. So, we now know the rate we are looking for. 24% is our magical number. This is more than double the S&P 500's average annual return rate. No easy task, but is it possible? Yes, we can make it possible. We just need a secret formula, a simple plan, and the right method. And I will now share all of this with you. Let's get into it. First, start tracking your monthly income and expenses. You need to bring more money home than what you spend. If you don't save money on a monthly basis, you cannot invest. Then you need to create a budget and follow it religiously. Make an Excel file to monitor everything and update it on Sunday evenings instead of watching TV. Secondly, you must use this rule to allocate your savings. 25% in an emergency fund, 50% in your investment portfolio, and another 25% in an opportunity fund. This will be your baseline for the next 3 years. For the 25% emergency fund, you have to divide it between risk-free saving accounts and a retirement plan with tax benefits. For your investment portfolio, you need to apply 50% of your savings in excellent stocks from great companies. You can also include some crypto here if you understand what you're doing. Finally, and this is vital for the strategy to be successful, you need to allocate another 25% of your savings in an opportunity fund. This is cash available to deploy in unexpected opportunities at any given moment. Let me tell you the secret of secrets. The opportunity fund is what will make you wealthy and double your money in every 3 years. Okay then, next, learn how to pick stocks and create a strong watch list for your favorite ones once you decide you want it in the portfolio. Don't choose dividend stocks or very slow-growing companies, as they will not be able to deliver you 24% returns in just 3 years. For this strategy, you have to pick growth stocks, value plays, and turnaround plays. Now let's get back to the future and simulate a scenario. Imagine that you have started investing in July 2022. You invested $10,000 on the 1st of July, and you created a small and concentrated 6 stocks portfolio. Your picks were Meta, MicroStrategy, Texas Roadhouse, Hims & Hers, Elf Beauty, and Nvidia. So a well-diversified portfolio in growth stocks and different industries. Let's see how they've performed since mid-2022 until today. The results would have been just, well, incredible to say the least. Why and how was this even possible? Well, because in 2022, due to several macroeconomic factors, stocks plunged mainly from half of the year onwards. And this turned out to be a great buying opportunity to acquire wonderful companies at very silly prices. As Warren Buffett taught us, be fearful when others are greedy. Be greedy when others are fearful. For you to get a 24% annual rate and double your money in 3 years, you need these moments. And in this example, you wouldn't even need 3 years. 1 year would have been more than enough to double or even triple your money. Think about that. Wouldn't this be a life-changing event? So there you have it. I hope you appreciated this video. I took a while to prepare it for you so that I could provide you with the proper mindset, context, and video experience, as well as to transparently share my own plans, methods, and secret formulas so that you can pursue your dreams and hopefully double your money in 3 years or maybe less. If you like this content and effort, please just smash that like button and subscribe to my channel. It's just getting started and you may be one of the first 10, 20 subscribers. So I'll see you back in a great future.